This is a little bit of a continuation of last week's lecture where I talked about evoking what the purpose of images on your landing page and also ads. And today I want to kind of reiterate some of that topic, make it more crystal clear, and also give you some tactical things you can do and also demonstrate it in the software, okay? In order to grow and make sales, you need to be intentional about every piece of content in your ads, marketing materials, website, emails, everything that you put out, okay? So, I mean, you guys probably know this already, but marketing is very competitive. So it's good news and bad news in the sense that, well, obviously through marketing, there's a huge world out there, especially with through internet. If you have an online product, you can reach a large audience with your product and service using internet. But the problem is everybody's trying to do that. So the good news is you have access to a lot of people. In some of our ads, believe it or not, our target audience is 2 billion people. 2 billion, not million, billion people, sometimes over. And those are really broad audiences. And that's an amazing thing, okay, that you can do that in this day and age. You guys have realized how many countries are represented in customers that are coming in. That's because we are a decentralized team. I live in Puerto Rico, and most of my team are in US or different parts of the world. And we are a global company, and internet allows us to reach a lot of people, which is a beautiful thing. The downside is a lot of people are trying to do it. So it is competitive. So you need to have a competitive edge. And the best way to get a competitive edge is obviously you need to have a great product, okay, product concept. And you need to also price the product correctly, which is a topic for a future lecture and a tool that I will release to you guys. But also every piece of marketing website, everything that you put out needs to be intentional. You need to work on it. And if you focus on every aspect of your landing page and ads, essentially what you're doing is that you're stacking little bits of unfair advantage, if you want to call it that, on top of each other, and you win over the next person. Because remember, all online marketing marketplaces everything is an auction. Everybody's competing for people's share of wallet, for people's attention and all that. You need to kind of be intentional and build a marketing stack that outperforms someone that has maybe the exact same product as you at the same price point with the same fulfillment ability. Does it make sense? So to briefly rehash what I've talked about already in the past, the main purpose of your text copy in ads and websites and funnels, landing pages, emails, and all that is to persuade and inform, okay? Images and videos slightly different, but text copy specifically. Persuade and inform. And what are you informing them about? And what's the purpose of that text? You need to be, again, very intentional, not only about the overall thing that you're doing, but also every single element. So if you look in our software on the left-hand side, and we've released some new features, I'm going to talk about that today. Our apps, Magic Hooks, Benefit Stack, Free Bonuses, FAQs, they all have a specific purpose. And whether you use our software or not, doesn't matter. You can even do it manually. I've done these manually for years, totally doable. AI just makes life a lot easier and faster. And honestly, at this point, our AI engine sometimes thinks of things that I have not. It actually happens more often than not. It surprises me to the positive. And you got to use these tools, okay? Magic hooks or hooks, if you're a traditional marketer, the goal of that, let me move this window, is to persuade somebody that sees your marketing material to click, call, book an appointment, or take action. Or if you're putting it on a website landing page at the top, normally you put the hook at the top, reiterate it, like the same hook from the ad or marketing material is repeated at the top of your page. The purpose of that is to remind them, okay, this is This is why you should be reading the rest of this page, because reading a page, consuming information is taxing on the brain, and people have lazy brains, right? I have a lazy brain. So I need to be given a reason to compel me to do something. And that's the main reason for a hook. And that's what Magic Hook apps does. If you're not using our software, you have to do it manually. All the things, I have a whole video on it, all the techniques you can use. Go watch the video or use the tool. It will do the job. The purpose of benefits stack is to convey specific benefits, not features. Again, people confuse benefits with features. Features is like, okay, my iPhone has this and that and that. That's features. Benefits is that how it benefits me. And there I have a whole lesson, and our app also does it automatically. You need to understand your target audience. You need to dimensionalize the target audience, meaning, okay, so this person comes in because they want to save time. Another category of users come to my website because they want to save money. Another category of customers come to my website because they want to advance in their career or look good to their friends. Whatever are the benefits of your product, you need to dimensionalize it. Okay, I have a whole video on it, and the software tool does it automatically. And then present your product in sort of like bullet points. That hits all different dimensions of need, and then rank them based on how big the segments are, so you have maximum effectiveness. Like if 50% of your people coming to your website are coming to your website for cost saving, that needs to be bullet point number one. Okay, so how your product helps them save costs. That's one specific dimension of need, and you need to address that in your benefit stack, okay? Benefit to the end user, not features of your website. Nobody cares about how you actually get the job done. Nobody cares about your business model. I mean, you enter those into our tools so that our tool can give you what present to the customer on your website and marketing materials. Bonuses that I've already covered. The purpose of that is to help people create promotional calendars, increase the persuasiveness of the offer, and all those things. FAQs is to put people's minds at ease, meaning overcome objections. So people say, okay, so does your product do this? If you think that is a main thing that is holding people back from purchasing your product, it needs to be an FAQ. Yes, it does it. Or yes, it helps you in this way too. So that's the purpose of FAQ. If you're doing it manually, just understand the purpose of it, watch my video, and understand why you should overcome objections, put people's minds at ease. And if you're using our tool, it does it automatically to the extent that it knows your product. Obviously, you need to check everything that AI generates because our software platform has limited knowledge of your actual product. So you need to make sure it's accurate. And if your product isn't, if you, for example, if our product suggests a particular potential customer concern and an answer to it, if your product doesn't do it and you can do it, go back to your product and basically AI thinks that is going to be a concern for the customers. That's what it means. If you can, go to your product or service and make sure your product and service covers that concern. If it doesn't, well, you don't have an answer for it. But essentially, what you need to do, you need to understand psychology. Marketing is half science, half psychology. So the psychology part of it, AI helps you with the psychology part of it. It tells you this is a concern that your potential customers may have, and here's an answer. Now you got to address it in your product. Make sure this actually matches and it's the right thing. Okay, are you guys with me so far? Okay, how do you know what customers want? It's a great question. So our AI engine, based on the target audience and product description, does its best at giving a crack at understanding what people do. So that's what our engine does. Now, obviously our AI engine is not in your website surveying customers. So it's just looking at the profile of the customer, looking at your product and thinking, okay, so these are the potential needs and problems and issues and concerns. You can run a survey if you want to. If for example, if AI thinks that the first reason that people are coming to your, it actually sorts it, like our FAQ sorts it, okay? So the number one, you see, the number one reason is people are coming to my website because it's time saving, okay? They think it's time saving. And that's like AI literally puts it as the first dimension of need and then creates an FAQ for it, bullet point number one, benefit stack. You need to if you can, double check it with your customer base. Send a survey, take the dimensions that AI generated, put it in a survey, send it, email it to your customer, say, what's the reason that you're using my product? You can use it to existing customer base or potential customer base, what have you. Double check that AI's understanding and insight is actually correct. But AI gives you a heads up. At least it generates a bunch of ideas for you to the best of its ability to say, okay, so these are potential dimensions of need. This is the order that I think, this is the number one, this is number two, this is number three. And you can just put that in a survey, send it to your customers, double check. Does that make sense? AI is not, all knowing. It is, but when I put stuff for our own products or, hypothetical products, it's actually guess with my intuition after doing marketing for many years on many different products, lines up so well. So it does a good job in terms of, it does an amazing job. In fact, it outperforms what I thought it could initially do. And as we build our engine further and fine tune things more and more, it's going to be even more and more accurate. But you guys, end of the day, need to double check to see if, okay, so is it why people coming to our websites? And this tool is very simple. It's surveys, okay? Now, for images and videos, the idea is a little bit different than text copy. The idea here is to evoke specific and powerful emotions, okay? Like intrigue, like inspiration. My favorite is intrigue, but also inspiration I like. Trust, frustration. So if you have a section of your site that talks about the pain point that the customer is facing if they don't use your product and what your product does to solve that pain point, you may want to use a negative emotion like frustration as an example to bolster, reinforce your text copy. So your text copy is explaining it, but there's an image that that reinforces your text. If you read the book Persuasion by Robert Cialdini, it's all about the context. So the image sets the setting and context in which, when you explain the reward, the benefit, the pain, all of that, the image is the setting, or the video. You can turn video, use videos and images. We are also going to give you a little handy feature, hopefully in the next couple of weeks, that can take an image that is generated by our engine and create a very short animation based of it, so that you have motion in the image. You can use that for ads. That's coming. But in general, it's just the setting is image and video set the tone and setting, the context, if you will, that connects with the user emotionally, whether it's on your website or your ad, doesn't matter. It's always the same. And then you say what you need to say. Somebody, yeah, Terry just put in the name, Persuasion. Robert Cialdini is one of my favorite authors. He's got two books I really like. I think the first one is called Influence. The second one is called Persuasion, Robert Cialdini. Essentially taking those and make them as automated as we can using our AI tools. So you guys get the idea. It's not just that, it's a lot of things, but that's the idea. Okay, so the images purpose can be to get attention. Like our scroll stopping ads are specifically designed, this feature right here, for those of you guys who haven't had a chance to play scroll stopping ads right here. That feature is designed to stand out and not blend in, okay? You use that feature for social media ads, for billboards, for printed materials, for stuff like that, things that are out there in the market, in the clutter of people's daily lives. Those images stand out, so people kind of focus on it for a second, and then you have hopefully a catchy hook that grabs your attention and connects enough to compel them to click, call, whatever. Okay. And on the website, it has a separate purpose. If you bring somebody onto your website, then the purpose is no longer to grab attention. It is to evoke a particular emotion. That's why you have this emotions, the particular emotion that you want to evoke with your hero image on your website is no longer to grab attention. You just want to provide the setting of the website. And I'm going to bring one of our users, by the way, as an interesting case study using hero image on the website. But the purpose changes. It's no longer grabbing attention. That's why it's a different tool. It is to create whatever the feeling is. It's intrigue, luxury, cleanliness, delight, frustration. It can be mixed emotion. It can be nostalgia, whatever it is, okay, that you want to evoke, right? So you have the right setting, mindset of the visitor, then you have your sales copy, okay? Going back. All right, what not to do, okay? I'm telling you guys, nobody cares about your business model. It's everybody cares about themselves. You don't care how we make money, if I can make our biweekly payroll. That's none of your concern, okay? You care about you, okay? Likewise, your customers care about themselves. They don't care about you. So you can explain your business model and how things work in the business description of our tool, like, you know, but not in the image idea section. So to be specific, image idea is not about you. It's about what specifically goes into the image. And we solved that problem by creating this idea, image idea generator that I'm going to talk about in a second, so that you can talk about yourself to our tool and your business to our tool. And then our tool recommends or suggests what your marketing material should be showing or presenting to the customer, which is very different than your own internal workings, okay? Nobody cares about how your product works internally. In fact, the mechanics of how your iPhone is fabricated is probably not very relevant to you. What matters to you is that, okay, my iPhone does these amazing things for me. It's all about the customer. So you can explain your internal workings and all that, but it cannot be your primary focus. Be user-centric. Put yourself in their shoes and ask yourself, if you're not using AI, you're not using our software, ask yourself, what's in it for my user? So in an image, if you try to stack too many things, it just doesn't work, right? That's why in our hero image, you can stack, if you press this plus button, you can stack up to 3. We don't even allow you to stack more. I recommend using 1. Just focus on 1, and default intrigue is a pretty good one, but you can use, depending on what you're trying to do, you can use different emotions. You can even use negative emotions or mixed emotions. But if you try to use 1, if you really want to try just to see what happens, try 2 or 3. The tool doesn't allow you to stack more than 3 emotions into 1 image. It becomes confusing, doesn't present good results. And if you're doing it yourself somewhere else outside, or you're picking stock photos, I never recommend picking stock photos unless you really know what you're doing. Stock photos, the problem with the stock photos, like, you know what I'm talking about. You go to these business websites and they have like a clearly professional stock photo type thing. It means nothing. This is like, it's just gloss. And people actually have been trained to tune them out. It doesn't evoke any particular emotion in them, okay? The purpose of hero images on landing pages is that to create a particular images. So you're right. Scroll stoppers are super optimized to stand out in the outside world, to get people to see your hook, to come inside. Once they're inside, then it's all about setting the context and setting, and then giving them what they need to put their mind to convey the benefit stack, bonuses, whatever you need to tell about your product, and put their minds at ease using the tools that we already have, or you can do it again. All of these you can try to do yourself. I've done it myself for years. It just manually is very time consuming, and if you know what you're doing, you can accomplish the goal. But it's time consuming, especially if you have an agency you're doing for others, you want to do it rapidly. You definitely cannot outsource it. You cannot have someone who's not super skilled, like a VA type person, to do it for you, because they don't have the skills. It's such a specific skill that is in demand, and people who have it, you cannot hire them. And that's why our AI. In fact, our AI is like getting better and better. And a lot of times I'm like, okay, this is better than what I would have done. In many cases, that's the case. Okay. So going back, for images and videos, image idea is everything. Okay. What is not business description, image idea. Okay. What emotional reaction are you, ask yourself, what emotional reaction are you aiming for? Which is, again, different in different parts of your website. What's is a specific object or a person in a particular situation that conveys that emotional emotion? So it can't be some ethereal, broad idea. It's either a thing or a person who's getting a good result or something like that. Okay, so it's specific and it evokes a particular emotion. It relates to the customer. Can't be too abstract, can't be too broad, must be congruent with your hook if it's an ad, or business if it's on the website. And again, I repeat this, nobody cares about your business model. Nobody does. So you can explain it somewhere else or at the bottom of the page or what have you, but it can't be the main thing. I mean, you can, it's hard for me to see a business that talks about themselves all the time, right at the top of the page, and then customers buy. I mean, sometimes it happens in very special cases, but most of the time it's about the customer centric. Okay. So with that, I'm going to quickly share. Okay. So I actually did the following. Let me do a comparison. So I went in ChatGPT. It's a great tool. ChatGPT is an amazing tool. But I essentially said, okay, let's say I'm marketing a car wash in Phoenix, Arizona that focuses on impeccable car detailing. Why do I use Phoenix, Arizona? I don't know, because I like Phoenix and Terry lives in Phoenix. So I picked that location. Okay.
Go Phoenix.
I said, hey, give me an image of a car wash in Phoenix, Arizona that focuses on impeccable car detailing. This is not a good image idea, just so you know. This is, again, talking about yourself. I'm a car wash in Phoenix, Arizona. I do impeccable car detailing. Okay, that's you talking about your own business. Or if you're a marketing agency, you're directly talking about the mechanics of your client, and your customer doesn't care about it. Okay, your customer thinks about the ad results. So predictably, ChatGPT generated these images. I give you guys examples. These are the images. They're not bad, but they're not amazing. Okay. And I'll do side-by-side comparison. I'll tell you guys. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy the car wash, Control C. I go here. So I have two instances of our marketing platform running, and I'm going to put it, let's say, in hero images, create image. You see, this says business. So essentially, if you know exactly what you're generating, you can put it here, image idea. If you don't, you want ideas, click on create image ideas. Copy paste what I put in ChatGPT, save description, and it takes about 2 or 3 minutes. I've already done it in a different section. Here, it's kind of like cooking shows. I'll show you the end result. So the end result looks like this, okay? A car wash in Phoenix, Arizona is specializing in detailed vehicle cleaning, which is a repeat of what I said. A family smiling in their impeccably clean car under the bright desert sun. It's now specific, okay? And focuses on end result. This is generated by our AI. It's not, I didn't type it in. It generates, every time you put the description in, it generates 20 ideas. You can click through them. Number 2, I like better. A car wash in Phoenix, Arizona, known for exceptional detailing services. A glossy sports car reflecting the Phoenix skyline after a detail. You see, end result. Number 3, a before and after comparison of a car's interior showing a dramatic transformation. So these ideas, again, are generated by AI itself. I didn't input any of them. I just put the description that I put in ChatGPT into our idea generator. It grabbed that description and I said, okay, so this is a business. Now I need to generate a specific image ideas that convey, that are emotionally powerful in the case of hero images. And then you can also tweak the emotion here. I'll talk about that in a second. I'll show you results. But it's like essentially you see everyone is different. This one is cleaning motorcycles. Okay, so I don't want to put motorcycles, so I skipped that idea. An array of cars with spotless engines open to display with clean mechanical parts. Might be a good idea. A colorful array of vehicles shining brightly at dusk in the desert landscape. You see, took the business and generated a specific idea. The reflection of a palm tree on the hood of a car freshly waxed. So it gives you 20, and then once you get to the end, you can generate 20 more and all that, okay? There are some questions. I'm going to go through it in a second, but let me finish what I'm saying. So then what you do, now that you have a specific image ideas, you pick the ones that you like, and I picked, I think, number 2. These are the images that are generated. Okay, that's number 2. All right, I generated twice, create, generate twice. That's number 2. So the idea was a glossy sports car reflecting the Phoenix skyline after a detail. Okay, these two, they're beautiful to me. I mean, just to put it side by side. Okay. Then I picked another one. I think I picked idea number. Here, then I pick idea number 4, which I like because I said detailing. A close-up of a vehicle's detailed leather seats with perfect stitching. Okay, I generated 2. And this is like the interior. I like this one a lot. This one is also good. It shows like the desert or whatever, the background, so it's congruent with the location.
I prefer that one. That one looks super cool.
You like this one better? Yeah. Interesting. I like this one better, but I hear your point. It's beautiful. Then I picked idea number 8, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. So the reflection of a palm tree on the hood of a car, freshly waxed. Okay. So it's again specific. It's not broad. It's like, and it's not about you. It's the end result to the customer. They want to see a reflection. They want to see a car so well waxed and polished that they can see a reflection of a palm tree on the hood of the car. And our AI, this is fully AI generated with this prompt I showed you. Generated 2. This one I like. You see? End result. And this one is not bad. I don't like it as well. But this one is beautiful.
Awesome.
Then I'm just showing you guys, then I did idea number 10, I think. Okay, I did, yeah. So here's another specific idea. SUV doors open to reveal pristine interior and dust-free environment. Generated 2 results. 1, so you see, put Arizona in the background and all that. And this one, okay? And then I picked, so essentially the idea here is that you describe the business, it generates the specific image ideas. Then you pick an emotion. I think for all of these, I picked intrigue, if I'm not mistaken. For 1 or 2, I might have picked delight. You can play with it, generate a couple of times with different ideas, and you get results. And this one was, I think it was idea number 11. Yeah, idea number 11. A vehicle with sparkling rims and spotless tires sitting in the sunshine. Okay. Here. Those beautiful wheels and tires. Now you can decide, okay, which one to pick. And I don't know, maybe I ask you guys, but let's say if it's a detailing, I want to say this one is probably if I'm going to focus on the interior cleaning, this is what I would pick. So Tim is one of our our members. He's going to talk about, he's got a guitar lesson info product, online class. He's been sharing what he's doing. Hey, what's up, Tim?
All right. Hey, how's it going? Can you
Hey,
see
what's
me?
up, Tim? Yeah, this is the first time I see your face.
Exactly.
So you guys know I've never met Tim. He's not a plant in the audience. I
No.
didn't. In this world, you have to always make these things clear. Okay, so Tim, um, I saw some of your work. You're working on 3 or 4 products. Maybe give people a 1-minute overview of the guitar lesson. I don't know if you can share your screen. Would be
Yeah.
good to see. Okay, good.
Yeah,
So,
I'll go ahead
okay,
and
why
share.
don't you go ahead and we go from there?
Cool, thanks. Well, yeah, thanks for the space. And
Yeah.
first of all, I'm having a lot of fun with this product. Like I'm overjoyed with the amount of creativity it's opened up with me. So one of my clients is a guitar teacher. We just created a course called Fretboard Note Recognition. And the idea is to help people memorize instantly every note on the guitar fretboard so they can more easily solo, improvise, and all kinds of things. So I'm going to go ahead and just share my screen over here. And what I guess the reason why I'm on this call is because the way I took those hero images. So this is my DaVinci Resolve. This is my video editor, right? And everybody can see that, all right?
Yeah.
Are we able to see it? Cool. Okay. I don't know if you're going to be able to hear what I have to share, but at least you can see it. So this is the creative that I made. And so these images are, of course, the hero images from over here. So I was just making some more. But basically, what I'm doing is I'm going to go all the way down to the bottom, and the story that we're telling, it starts off. Actually, this is a different script, but at some point in every guitarist's journey, we hit a wall, and no matter how many online courses you take, you can't get better, um, and and so on, right?
Tim, can
And
you play the video? The video is pretty awesome. So it's
sure.
essentially what he did is that he also used it on landing page and he's got ads. Maybe
Yeah.
you can share. He used the scroll stopping ads and then use our hero images and animated them, which we will give you that feature ourselves in the near future, but he used a
Glad to
third
hear that.
party.
Yeah, I'll
Yeah,
show you how I did that. But yeah, I'm
yeah.
glad that's going to be integrated. It's going to be cool.
Yes, it'll be integrated.
And I'm cutting between, the teacher and just yeah, illustrating I love that you just kind of connect right with the emotional part. Like and I'm able to tell the story emotionally, which for me is just so much fun as a creative, like a visual storyteller.
Yeah,
So this here's the hero image that I actually use on the website itself. So it connects with the ad. And then yeah, that's pretty much it for that ad. And I made 2 of
yeah.
these, so they're
So
fun.
I
Yeah.
don't know if you can actually, I don't know if Terry maybe can do something that we can see the video itself. So the cool thing about it is that just like I talked about how images should connect with text copy, if you're
Hmm.
putting a video together, again, this is a little bit more advanced. Some of you guys just use image text copy. That's definitely like how
Hmm.
most landing pages work. But if you're creating a video, what he does is that different parts of the script, he took that part of the script, inserted it into into our software,
Yeah.
created hero images, and then animated it, short clips animated, which we will actually build into our platform in the near
Yeah.
future. Then created a narrative that is super powerful.
I'm going to share my screen one more time. And these are the fixed ads, like the static picture ads that I'm using that I generated with the software. And I mean, I freaking love these. Like uh, this one, this one has a 6.3% CTR right now, which is
6% CTR. That's
yeah,
insane.
I know. I know. I'm totally mind blown. Because of the best videos that I've made across like in my history, I get like a 2.5, sometimes 3 on a good day.
This
And
is a scroll stopping ad feature, right?
this is a scroll stopping ad, exactly. Here's some more. This one also has a 6% more or less. This one has 5%. I mean, these are great. While we were on the call right now, I just made this one, which I really like. No, not that one. Sorry, that one's previous one. Here we go. This one. I'm gonna try that one now. But yeah, just a simple. So that's like pushing the boundaries of my experience as a digital marketer in terms of click-through rates. Like it's just freaking awesome.